Hey friends, it's Anna Olson again, your leadership coach and consultant, and I'm here with you for day 4 of the 21-day video challenge, where we're talking about the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership by John Maxwell. And day 4, law number 4 is the law of navigation. And what that law basically says is that anybody can steer the ship, but it takes a true leader to chart the course. So there's a difference between somebody who can follow a plan and somebody who can really create the plan. So it's a navigated plan. And so the law of navigation says that for the process for the leader to do well, it really needs to have a plan in place and to be process oriented. And so in the book, John comes up with an acronym for plan ahead, and I'm going to quickly go over those, but I highly recommend you get the book as well and look through that yourself and see how you can apply that into your life and into your leadership role. So the first step is the P for plan is predetermine. So it's predetermine a course of action. The L stands for lay out your goals. So looking at what those steps are that you need to accomplish. A is adjust your priorities. Look at what's really important. What's going to help you reach those goals, and what are some of those things that you don't need to necessarily be doing, or that somebody else can be doing, or that needs to fall off the list. Remember, we talked about the stop doing list in day 1. So looking at that and adjusting your priorities. The N is for notify. You need to let people know what the plan is. You need to notify the people who are around you. Also, getting their input in developing the plan is also key. After you notify, then we go to that was the PLAN, and then ahead, the A stands for allow. So you need to allow people time to really accept that, especially if it's a change, because implementing change is hard, and going through the change process is an emotional experience for people, and they go through it somewhat in the same stages as they do the stages of grief. So allowing time for people to really accept what the new plan is and how to buy into it is really key. And then head is the H, head into action. So you got to actually start working the plan. I know so many times we can spend hours and hours and months and weeks and sometimes even years developing plans and never actually taking action on them. I've been in countless meetings where it's like, okay, are we ever going to do anything? We have the same conversations meeting after meeting, week after week. I've been on committees that were like a nightmare because we never really got anything done because it was the same discussions over and over instead of actually heading into action. Now the E for ahead stands for expect. Expect problems. There are going to be setbacks. There are going to be issues. So don't be surprised when that happens. Just figure it out. One of the things that I love from another woman who I love to follow, and she's a business guru herself, is Marie Forleo. And she says everything is figure outable. So expect the problems, but remember that everything is figure outable. And then always point to the success. The A stands for always point to success. You want to be looking ahead and inspiring your people and saying, look, this is what we've accomplished. Celebrate those little wins along the way as well. And be focused on the end and focused on the success. And then daily reviewing it is a way to keep on track, make sure that you're measuring your goals, that you know where you're at, where the other people on the team are at, and how you're doing at accomplishing them. So writing down the goals is the first step. So you got to come up with them and write them down, and really then set a plan in place to start accomplishing them. So following those plan ahead steps are going to help you navigate the course well, not just for yourself, but for your team. So I would encourage you to look at those steps, see if that's what you're doing and how you're going about the way that you do business, the way that you lead your team, and if you have a plan in place, even for the way that you lead yourself, whatever your goal is. I mean, it could be weight loss, it could be a career advancement, it could be further education, whatever it is. Do you have a plan? Do you have an end goal? And how are you charting that course? So that's the law of navigation, and I hope this was helpful to you. I'll see you again tomorrow on day 5.